Luigi Cozzi, you've made many interesting films as well as collaborated with Dario Argento to help him realize his great projects. How did you get into the film industry?
Well, I started in the middle of the 60s in Milano, not Italy, Milan. And then I came to Rome in 69. I was working as a contributor to a pop music weekly magazine. And I started to interview directors like Dario, Bava, Margheriti. And so I started to meet them, all of them.
Okay, and then you started getting your own projects.
Yes, I talked with them. I had already worked as a Italian correspondent for the American magazine Famous Monsters of Filmland.
All right.
So I had quite an experience, even if I was young at the time.
Haha. What is the film that you made that you are most proud of?
Well, all the picture I've done, I'm satisfied with. You know, it depended on the budget, independent on the team, on the story. For me, they are mostly all okay. The ones I like best are the fantasy ones, science fiction fantasy ones, because I love that genres. But it's okay for me. All of them are okay.
I guess the one you're best known for is Star Crash.
Star Crash was a science fiction movie, actually a science fantasy movie. And it was very difficult to do it properly. And I think I succeeded well in doing it.
Yeah, it's like a Star Wars movie, but almost like more like a Ray Harryhausen movie.
Yeah, they wanted me to do a Star Wars imitation, but I knew it was impossible to imitate George Lucas' movie with the budget I had and the time, because we started shooting after 2 months of preparation, which is a very short time for such a picture, you know. So I prefer to do something in the Ray Harryhausen vein, because pictures made by Harryhausen actually are the work of just one single man. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And that was possible to imitate him, and that's what I did. Star Crash owes a lot to Ray Harryhausen movies.
Yeah, definitely. And you got that great score by John Barry, which is lots of fun.
Yeah.
Another film that you made that was really good was The Killer Must Kill Again. The Giallo.
Yeah, that was a Giallo, yeah.
And I was wondering, how much did Dario Argento help you out with that movie?
Well, he helped me a lot because actually the producers contacted him and wanted him to make a picture for them, a Giallo movie for them. But he said he was producing his own movies and did not want to work with other producers. But he suggested my name, he suggested me. He said, why don't you get Luigi to do a Giallo for you? And they got me.
All right. Yeah, and how much of just knowing Dario helped you make a Giallo?
Well, he didn't work with me on that movie because it was shot in Milan. And Dario was in Rome, you know, at that time.
Yeah, but did you think it was like an advantage to know him? Like, did like just hanging out with him help you make a better Giallo, do you think?
It's well, I did the Giallo in the way I have seen him making his own movies,
Yeah.
And but when I did The Killer Must Kill Again, I try not to imitate Dario. I try to do something totally different from his movies, because if most movies, Dario movies at the time were imitated by a lot of directors here in Italy, so I did not want to be another imitator. And I decided to show the killer face since the first frame of the picture, which is the reverse of what Dario and the imitators were doing at that time.
So you've written a lot of books on film, but they're in Italian, and I was wondering if you could tell my audience about them.
Well, I've written many books. I've always been a writer since I was 16. I started publishing stories on professional magazines, and I even write today. I'm a writer, first of all.
What books did you read as like a young man that made you want to write?
Oh, I was a science fiction fan. I read, I think, hundreds of science fiction books. And then when I started working with Giallo, Dario told me which mystery or whodunit books to read.
Oh, cool. So did you think Severin did a good job with your movie Panini Horror?
Yeah. Paganini Horror.
Yeah, Paganini Horror, yeah. It was my first time seeing it, and the transfer looked really good, and you had a really good interview on it. So were you happy with that disc?
That was an interesting movie, but it was done very fast. Very fast and really low budget. It was just 4 weeks, like The Killer Must Kill Again. That was another 4 weeks movie,
Okay.
Very low budget movies.
You had Donald Pleasance.
Yes. He worked with us just for 3 days,
Oh, but he's really good. He's memorable.
He was he was a guest star, like Christopher Plummer and Star Crash. Christopher Plummer worked with me just for 1 day and a half.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. And Daria Nicolota is great in it too. Dario's wife, or was I know ex-wife now, but yeah.
She was Dario's girlfriend.
How often do you speak to Dario Argento nowadays?
Well, we are still in good relationship. We are friends,
Oh, that's cool.
Long-time friends. Since 70. Oh
my God. Well, he's one of the greats. And I was wondering, did you at all have a relationship at any point with Lucio Fulci?
I just crossed him a couple of times, not much.
Not much.
First, he wanted not many times. Just I met him in person when he wanted to buy my script for The Black Cat. I made a picture called The Black Cat.
Right.
And he wanted to buy that, to do that picture himself. And so we met, and I told him I couldn't sell it because I was going to do it. And the second time I met him when he was preparing Mask of Wax.
Wax mask.
The picture he was going to do, but he couldn't do because he died before.
Yes, he did die. Who is your favorite Italian film composer?
Film composer? Well, there are several very good. Very good. It's not just one, several, I mean. Well, it's Stelvio Cipriani, Nino Rota is one of the best. Fellini's composer, many others that have. Morricone.
I'm assuming you're friends with Claudio Simonetti too.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, he's great too.
Sure.
I was wondering.
Yes, we've been knowing each other since 40 years at last.
Oh my God.
Even 50.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He was in Ottawa. He was in my city, and I got to interview him last year. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's doing tours and concerts everywhere.
Everywhere. So, what was Joe Spinel like to work with on Star Crash?
Oh, it was when we did Star Crash, everybody in the cast was very happy to be in that picture. Loved to be in that movie because it was the time in which Star Wars were making a fortune at the box office, So everybody loved working on that movie. And Joe Spinell was one of the best. He even worked on the set as dialogue coach.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a very good relationship.
Yeah,
he helped me a lot with the actors, yeah.
He was great as Count Zarth Arn.
Yeah.
All right, Luigi Cozzi, thank you for your time. I was wondering, what do you have planned for the new year?
Well, I just finished one movie, and now I think this year I'm planning another movie.
Oh, my God, that's amazing. Well, we'll stay tuned to that.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for your time, Luigi.
Okay.